What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Bonnie and this is my channel where I talk about all things lifestyle and DIY. So if you're interested in either of those, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on those notifications. But today I'm going to share with you guys a super easy tutorial on how I made these DIY Among Us party favors. So if you want to see that, just keep watching. So the first thing that you're going to need is to gather your supplies. I had some permanent white vinyl and some permanent black vinyl, and then I have my Cricut Maker mat. And I bought these books from Target. They came in a pack of 8 and they were only $3, and they came with a variety of colors, which is perfect for this project. Next, I went on to Design Space, which is the software that I use for my Cricut, and I pulled up the little file that I made for the Among Us character, and this actually happens to be 3 different layers. So there's an outline, and then there's like the inside of the goggle part, and then the solid color. But for this project, we're actually only going to need 2 layers, so I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of the solid color because that's going to be the color of whatever the book is. Next, I'm just kind of playing around with placement, just making sure that everything is going to fit and I know what I'm doing when I'm going to be cutting it out and placing it onto the book. I was trying to see if I could get the goggle to fit exactly inside the goggle outline, but for whatever reason I couldn't figure it out, so I just ended up keeping it, but just slightly smaller than the outline so that it wouldn't stick out anywhere. Now I'm taking the books out of the packaging, and I kind of wanted to try and pick out colors that weren't gender exclusive, I guess. I don't know. Most boys don't pick pink or purple, and girls do, I know, but girls also like other colors as well. So I just wanted to make sure that I was using the more popular colors. And then I kind of wanted to gauge how big I wanted the vinyl sticker to be. And since I didn't have a ruler on hand and I was super lazy to run downstairs and grab my tape measure, I just kind of measured it by looking at it. Then I went back into the Design Space software and I resized the little Among Us character to the size that I wanted it to be, and I made sure that the inside of the goggles was resized to fit inside of that as well. And then I added a couple of more characters to the sheet just to make sure that I was maximizing the stickers on one of my Cricut mats. Next, I took my vinyl and I measured out how big it should be. Since I had to make the inside of the goggles a different color, I do kind of puzzle piece this together on the mat so it's not fully one color. I do part black, and then part of the corner on the mat is going to be white, and that's going to be the inside of the goggles. I then go ahead and insert it into my Cricut, making sure that I do adjust the material into vinyl because I believe it was set on iron-on. So I just want to make sure that it cuts it correctly. And then I go ahead and press start for it to go ahead and cut it. I absolutely love my Cricut. It really has taken my DIY projects to another level. I'm able to make so many things from it just by being able to cut vinyl stickers or stencils. It just really helps up my DIY game. Something that I love about it is that I'm really able to customize all of the birthday parties that I do for my children, and that makes the price of it absolutely worth it. After it is finished cutting, you can go ahead and unload your mat, and now I'm just picking out the colors that I don't want to use and set those aside. I feel like it's easier for me to cut out each individual piece before I weed it, which is taking out the excess stickers that I'm not going to be using. And then I take my weeding tool and I take out all of that extra stuff around the outside that will not be going onto the books. And then I move on to the black portion, which is the outline of the Among Us character. And I do the same thing. And this is what the outline looks like. I think it looks perfect. After I have the characters all weeded, I go ahead and take transfer tape. It is brand new transfer tape, so I like to stick it onto like something like my legging and help with the stickiness. Otherwise it's way too sticky, so that's what I did. I first applied the transfer tape to the outline of the Among Us character, and then I take the goggle piece and I try to fit it in perfectly. After the first one, I found it easier to take the center part of the goggle off of the backing paper before trying to stick it onto the transfer tape with the Among Us character outline on it. And I didn't use any measurements as far as centering this. I kind of just eyed it and it turned out okay. I then take my little scraping tool, I think they call it burnishing it. I'm not entirely sure, but it's pretty much just kind of pressing it down to make sure that everything is stuck onto the book where you want it to be. And then I just slowly peel back the transfer tape and I reuse it for the next one. And I repeat this process for the remaining 3 books. I was actually super excited with the way that they turned out that I decided to do the remaining 4 books. The hardest part for this entire DIY project was probably putting the goggle piece with the outline piece and then centering it on the book. Other than that, it was really simple and a really quick project to do. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this project. It was a really easy, super cheap and simple DIY Among Us party favor that I did for my son's birthday. So if you guys like this video, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time.